All right, this 101.1 The Wiz. Tatum in here with the Tatum Takeover. Very special guest in the building right now. My man Seezyn.
What's going on?
How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good, man. You know, it's a new year, a lot of new goals, a lot of new things in mind that we got planned for this year. So I appreciate y'all for having me.
Of course, of course. Now, speaking of new year, I seen your tweet. You said you dropping a whole bunch of music in 2020.
Yeah, man. I think it's time. I think 2019 was a real, growing year for me. A lot of learning, a lot of shit I done been through. I'm sorry, you can cuss? I'm good.
Yeah, say what you want, bro.
Okay. A lot of shit I done been through in 2019, man, and it was just a lot of learning. I gained a lot of knowledge, met a lot of good people and everything, and I think 2020 I'm just applying those connections I done made and experiences I done learned through that whole year. So 2020 is like it's time. Sure.
Okay, that's what's up. Now let's backtrack a little bit. You started out CK, right? That was the name you was going by.
Yeah, CK.
Okay. How long have you been like Seezyn though?
Going into the end of 2017, coming into 18.
So not long, and you already making a wave.
Yeah, not long, man. Not long at all.
And now, so your first song was what was it? Was it Hang With Me?
Yeah, Can't Hang.
Can't Hang.
That was my first release.
Describe the growth you got from like and just everything you learned from then to where you at now. Cause you touring and everything. You got production credits and writing credits up the ass now.
Pretty much it's like from where I started off, even when I was back in the group and everything, to me starting as a solo act and everything, I'm just learning the work it takes to be at a certain level, be a certain caliber of artist, and of course everybody knows I was signed to I am signed to Grade A Productions, and that's part ownership with Lil Bibby and G Money. They brothers, they own the whole label and everything, and that was Juice WRLD's label as well. And just being able to tour with him and see the whole world and everything, that really like showed me an artist of that caliber, you know what I mean? Because I'm still growing as an artist, growing as myself, just trying to, figure out the ins and outs, and then boom, I'm just thrown into a situation, being in the light, not necessarily the full light shined on me, but still people trying to figure out how did I get in this situation and everything, and, Juice WRLD promoting me and helping me, gain the platform and everything, and like I said, being on tour with him and seeing the world, it opened my eyes like, yo, it takes a lot of work.
Yeah,
like this ain't just no
work for it, man.
It ain't just you go record the music and put it out. That's only 10% of what you got to do, man.
Exactly.
Not even half. Like it's crazy.
But you definitely got the talent for it, the work ethic, like you said. Dang, it's crazy. Unfortunately, we got to bring this up, but of course, Juice WRLD, we already know what happened. Where were you when you heard the news?
It's crazy. I was laying in my bed. My girl screamed and woke me up. She over here, my girl right here, Natalie. She woke me up, and she like, Juice WRLD died. And I'm thinking it's a dream, just being woken out of your sleep with dramatic news. It was real early in the morning. Juice WRLD died. She crying. I get up and just scream and start yelling. I'm like, what? Like it's just what?
It's for real, yeah.
Like he died, and then, I just started bawling my eyes out, crying and trying to call everybody that's around us, and calling Bibby and G Money and all of Juice WRLD's closest friends and everything, and people calling me and everybody sending me the shit. And that's when I knew it was real, once people start sending their condolences to me, because when you find that information, I'm like, all right, maybe he in the hospital, he in critical condition or something. Like, nah, he really was gone. You know what I mean? And I still to this day is grieving. It's just now going on a month and a few weeks. Like, it even hurt to talk about it. It's just real heavy on my heart.
What's some things you learned from Juice WRLD that you're gonna carry on throughout your music and your own legacy?
I like to tell people this story. One of these studios we was at in LA, we was both recording at the same time, and like you can see like the glass is like half. It's like I'm in this room recording, he in another room recording. So as the hours go by, it's 12 o'clock, he recording, I'm recording. It's 1 o'clock, he recording, I'm recording. So every hour go by, I'm thinking I done did like 4 or 5 records. I'm like, all right, bet I'm I'm in the groove.
Yeah.
Maybe I could like kind of sit back for a second. He's still going. So like just his work ethic really showed me, like, as far as like recording in the studio and everything. And you know, I looked at him like a brother. Like we shared a lot of great moments and personal conversations with one another. Like Juice accepted me in as soon as I met him. Like from the moment we shook hands, we got into a deep conversation, and I ain't ever felt that energy coming from a person. I'm thinking he about to be big headed, or you know how artists is these days and everything. So
Yeah.
he accepted me in, and even the first day I met him, he gave me like a piece, his first necklace that he ever bought.
Wow.
Gave it to me. Like the first day I ever met him, he was like, "Bro, that's yours. You family now." Like, and I was the first artist signed after Juice WRLD with them. So the way he embraced me, like it was just love immediately. Like, so, yeah.
Now, how did Juice WRLD even find you?
He didn't
How did
necessarily
the whole
find me. It
collab
was
come about?
Peter. He's
Okay.
part of Great A. He works with Great A as well. I did a show with Ski Mask in 2018. I did 2018. I did a show with Ski Mask, and Peter was there, and I had the crowd going crazy. I'm stage diving, everybody mosh pitting. I'm pretty sure 30% of the room, maybe even half, didn't even know who I was, but they just felt the energy that I was giving off, and the music was fire and all that.
They had to fuck with it.
Yeah, and they like, who the fuck is this? Like, and then after the show, he started asking me questions, and I didn't know who he worked for. Like, he was just start asking me questions, and he ended up telling me that he worked with Juice WRLD team, and Hailey right here, he ended up staying in contact with him, and I didn't hear from him from after a while. I was like, oh, I was just somebody else, another person just trying to sell a dream or whatever. Like, but then, you know, Hailey stayed persistent with it, and he ended up sending him more and more songs, and I guess one song they heard caught their ear, and they was like, yo, like, let's get him out here. Like, G Money had DM me, and I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm trying to make you a star. Like, and you know, I seen what they did with Juice WRLD and everything, and they flew me out to Japan a week later. I had to get a passport in a few days and flew me out to Japan, and I was in it. I'm literally working a job at Macy's selling mattresses and everything, and then a day later, I'm getting a DM that changed my life. You know what I mean?
Damn, that's really all it take, man.
Yeah, it's really like when people be asking me, it's like on some right place, right time, luck. Like a lot of this is luck. It's hard work. 50% hard work, 50% luck to me and connections. Like,
yeah,
it's just crazy. You just got to keep going into, like, who would have known? I'm just thinking I'm doing a show with Ski Mask. Like, that was a big moment for me. But to get signed off of that show, like, and off of records I didn't have sitting around, like, it's crazy.
Now your performance was so lit. What kind of artists did you get influenced by to, like, you know, amp up your performance skills like that, where, you know, niggas would notice you, like, oh shit. Or do you think that's just who you are, like, naturally you just you know, a
yeah, just energy. I mean,
wanna...
like, just for most people, they deal with a lot of anxiety and like just me making music, yelling, screaming, raging, or whatever. Like, it's just like a release of all that.
Yeah,
I think that's why mosh pitting has become so popular in the hip hop culture. You know, because that came from rock and hip hop and all that. Like, wasn't nobody moshing at rap shows unless it was like festivals or something, but like now that's like a thing to do.
Exactly. No matter who you are, from Travis Scott to Blueface, like, everybody expect
they
you to, you know, jump in the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
They down there want to mosh pit at R&B shows for real. But yeah, and I feel like that's just like a release for everybody. Everybody just getting that anger and depression and anxiety out, and you just letting it out. So I feel like I can feel that energy from the crowd, and they can feel that energy from me, and it's just a release for everybody. Like,
yeah. Now, what would you say is your? Well, I feel like, and like a lot of my peers feel like this generation, as far as like you know, like the sound that Juice WRLD have and like the other artists is very like emo and like dark, and it's like, you know, they blame it on, you know, like the younger generation is like troubled, and, you know, they go to drugs and different things like that to have an outlet and just express themselves. What do you say to that, and like what kind of stuff do you do to make sure that, you know, your mental is straight and all the way together?
Well, I used to, even before everything, I used to like drink a lot. I was never into like the drugs heavy and everything. Like, I didn't dibble to dabble a few times, but I never like went to that for coping mechanisms. But like drinking was definitely one of them for me. But like, as me getting older and just realizing, even though you do those drugs and that make you feel good for that moment, you still got to go right back into that reality. So you not really, that's like putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. Like, that ain't necessarily going to heal that. You know what I mean? It's just temporary healing at that moment. Like, there's no point of you doing it. You got to go to the hospital. The hospital is basically like your mental. You got to dig deep in your mental to actually figure out what's going on and figure out better ways that's making yourself better, that's going to help get over that anxiety and depression. And, you know, with this music and everything, with Juice WRLD, he's being like the leader of the whole emo wave and everything, or he was a leader, unfortunately. Like his sound, he was real like vulgar and truth telling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Drake was kind of like that. I'm not comparing him to at all, but I'm saying as far as like putting everything out there.
Yeah.
Like
the
it's
whole
no holds barred. Like
transparency,
you're gonna hear everything about my life. And like Juice did it in a whole completely different way, of course, but he put everything out there. Everything that he was explaining in those records, like I'm literally seeing him do this shit daily. Like it ain't like it's no it ain't no lie, no gimmick. Like he really was going through shit. But he was a great person. Like before anything. And a lot of people that deal with shit is great people, but everybody deal with they shit,
the battles,
how they vices and everything,
yeah.
stuff that they go through. So, you know, I feel like him coming out and him being able to be that big, being that truth telling, that made it acceptable for everybody to do that, honestly.
Yeah.
Like a lot of artists nowadays is doing that. Like I even found myself just being around him, getting influenced about him a little bit, you know what I mean? So that's how powerful he is as an artist, or was as an artist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, like you said, you got a lot of things going on.
Mhm.
I just seen on your Instagram you announced Kult Life Records.
Kult Life Records. I'm excited to finally announce that. It's always been like an idea of stuff that we always repped and everything, but I feel like this year was like 2020 vision, man. It's just
Let's get it.
these numbers, bro. The double numbers, bro, is really something special, and there's a lot of stuff manifesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like this was just a year to really solidify this, and I'm just on complete go. I'm not overthinking a lot of things. If it's coming to my mind, it makes sense. I might analyze it a little bit, but I'm not going over months and trying to second guess my decisions and everything. And what you said with Kult Life Records, everybody in here right now is a part of Kult Life Records. You know what I mean? I got an artist named Moonlight over here. He's going to be huge as well. We got Jordan over here. He's a great songwriter as well. Hailey, he's an artist consultant. He just does everything. He's really like a manager, everything. He just gets shit done for us, like with everybody. Everybody can call Hailey for information and everything. And he's also a drummer as well. And DJ T-Dot, you know what I mean? This is like my right hand when it comes to, you know, music and performance and making that energy come alive, you know? And it's crazy, that show in Madison, that was like our first show together first.
Really?
Yeah, so like,
wow.
and it was that crazy, you know? And we did, you know, we did 2 Rolling Louds last year. We did Days in Vegas Festival.
I definitely peeped your name on the lineup
Yeah.
too. I was like, oh, my man's is working, man.
Crazy. Shout out to Grade A for that for sure. They working with us and helping us get a lot of good situations. It's definitely a great label to be a part of. And
So with, I'm sorry, what was you gonna say?
yeah, just with, like I said, this is pretty much Kult Life Record. And we also missing Wise. He's another artist. And also he does fashion. He did this jacket for me, Exceptional. He got a whole brand called Exceptional as well. So it's a whole collective of us, man. And I really want everybody's getting familiar with Seezyn in the city and just around the world and everything. And I want to bring the light to everybody that's around Kult as well, because we got so much talent here, you know. So it's and we also looking for more artists as well. But right now, this is who we got, and I'm completely satisfied with. Everybody's crazy. For sure.
That's dope that you're doing that. I feel like a lot of artists, you know, they get the shine, they get put on, and they don't, you know, come back and like help bring others up the ladder with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You actually doing that, which is good, which is gonna, you know, only boost you even further too, as well as
the
whole team as a collective. And the fact that it's like a variety. Like you said, you got the fashion, you got a drummer, songwriter, musicians, DJs, like all that is definitely what's up. Is there like a collective album on the way, like a project?
I want to do one this year. Moonlight just already dropped a project at the end of December called Fame. That shit is crazy. You know, he was over my house doing a lot of work with that, and I was a part of that as well, helping. Jordan was also helping on the project as well. And I'm about to drop my project, so I can sit here and announce this. February 4th, I'm dropping my first official project under the name of Seezyn. So I'm really excited about this. I feel like this is really about to like solidify my sound as an artist, because people always see me around Juice. They assume that I'm gonna make music like Juice because, you know, 999 was the family. We did Hide together, which was crazy. And
Spider-Man soundtrack, the numbers, super
numbers. And then, but I feel like now it's really time for me to solidify and for people to show that I really, really can make music. Like, it's not just no gimmicky. it's not no trendy, gimmicky thing. Like
Yeah.
I'm really gonna be one of these artists that last in this industry. I know and feel that myself. You know what I mean? I feel like I gotta put out a project. I'm not really too focused on releasing songs and singles, but a project. Even if it's not gonna be the biggest project that blow me out of here. If it do, of course, amazing. But I feel like I just have to make this just to stamp my sound so people can really dig in, dive, and figure out who Seezyn is. So February 4th is the date for that.
February 4th, we gonna lock it in, man. Do we have a title though?
Tiz.
Tiz, okay.
T-I-S,
Oh,
Tiz.
the Seezyn.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you did there, G.
Yeah, for sure.
I like
for sure.
that. I like that.
Yeah.
So like, can you tell us like how many songs though? About a 7-6 EP? Or you going like more 10ish?
Yeah, it's gonna be a nice body of work. Like I said, I put out a few songs in 2019 towards the end 2018,
you put
but
some Lucy's out here. And
yeah,
that.
you know. But I feel like people deserve a good body of music from me, so I'm gonna do that. I ain't really got the, I'm still adding and subtracting right now, but it's gonna be finalized very soon. So I'm not really gonna give out too much information on how many tracks gonna be on there, but it's gonna be a surprise for sure.
But February 4th is
February 4th.
That's what we're gonna get.
Yeah.
I'm excited. DJ, you got anything you want to add about the Kult Life Records?
It's coming. It's coming strong, loud. It's a movement. Can't be stopped. Won't stop. So, I mean, other than that, we just coming hard. 2020. Everybody, Kult Life, Highly, C's, Wise, Obi. For me, everybody just be coming.
That's what's up. And I like Kult Life too because I feel like we don't have a lot of collectives like how we had like back in the day as far as like the hip hop collectives. I mean, we got ASAP, but I feel like that's a little older.
Yeah,
we need some, our generation.
Not
you feel me? Exactly. So I think that's why another reason it's dope that you actually honing in on that because that's definitely a lane that we need in our generations. Or people
especially
can look
coming
up
from
to.
Cincinnati, like it ain't a lot of people doing too much here. It's
Exactly.
a few artists that's definitely like on the rise though. So I ain't gonna try to shit on it too much, but like Road Runner TB, I just got hip to him. He about to be out of here. You know what I mean? I got hip to him.
He video doing numbers on YouTube too.
Yeah, Lil Lowski, he about to be out of here too. So I've been connecting and touching bases with all these artists, man. And cause like when you see somebody doing something, it's no reason to be hating on them. At the end of the day, we gotta collaborate with each other, use each other fan bases, damn near like business ventures, like. And I know how hard it is to make it out of this city. You know what I mean? So I'm willing to reach out to people and work with them. I hit up. If you're doing something from the city, I'm definitely gonna hit you up and fucks with you for sure.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Seezyn / Kult Life. I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. And
appreciate you
blessing the studio, man. It's definitely dope. And the Seezyn SEEZYN on everything, right?
Yeah,
that's
everything.
Twitter, Instagram.
Yep.
Search you up on Apple Music, Spotify, and they're gonna see all your music and everything.
Definitely, yep.
Gotcha. I appreciate you for coming through. This is
I
Tatum
appreciate y'all
Takeover.
for having me. Thank you.